Hello, good afternoon. I'm hoping that we are live. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Let me set things up to see whether I am live. It looks like I am, and it looks like I'm in the right place. So this is very exciting. This is my second week trying a new way of going live. So with any change, there's always a bit of little anxiety provoking. So hopefully you can all find me. It is Tuesday afternoon, and I love to go live around 2 p.m. Eastern. I call it my Tuesday at 2. My name is Genevieve Coe, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live here in Markham, Ontario, Canada. Hello, hello. Please let me know if you're watching. Go ahead and type some comments so that I know that you're here. I'd love to connect with you and to make sure that you can hear me and the technology is going okay. Because as I said, I'm trying some new technology, so hopefully it works out. Well, welcome. I'll tell you a little bit about myself if this is your first time joining. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator now for over 14 years. We're probably approaching 14 and a half years that I've been a demonstrator. I have loved every minute of it. I've met so many great people, and I've learned so much. I don't consider myself a particularly crafty person or creative person, but Stampin' Up! Products made it really easy for me to create. And so I still feel pretty proud of myself, pat myself on the back of the things that I create. And I found out that I don't just love making them by myself, but I love to share it with others. So that's partially how these Facebook Lives came about. It just gave me a way to share what I've been making, share it with you, and hopefully inspire you. So I'm just going to pause for a minute and just check and see if there's any comments or anything happening here. I don't want to miss you. Okay, great. We've got a couple of comments. I see Karen is watching. Hi, Karen. Great that you're here. Okay, so I usually like to start off with a few announcements to let you know what's going on in the Stampin' for Fun world. I run a very active business with lots of things going on, so it's good to give some announcements and let you know what to expect. As well, I'm going to share some new samples with you that I got, and as well stamp a project, of course. So we'll do all those things today. I do love to read your comments, so don't be shy to put them in the comment box. Even if I can't see them all now, I'll certainly read them. And I do draw a winner each week out of just all the random comments that come through. Hi, Janice. Hi, Sharon. So what I'm going to do is just pick a random winner. And just so you know, last week's winner was Rose Doyle. So I've already put something, just a little happy mail in an envelope for you. And I'll put that in the post. So it just is my way of saying thanks to you for commenting and connecting with me. Okay, announcements. So a few announcements, actually quite a lot of announcements. Maybe what I'll do is I'll switch the camera to my tabletop and hopefully you'll be able to see everything a little bit better. Okay, announcements, so many announcements. Okay, so first things first. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Paulette. It is an exciting time. That's why there's so many announcements. So just a reminder that if you're on my email newsletter list, you will have seen me announce this, I think, yesterday, that there's a girls' getaway stamp camp coming up. This is a virtual stamp camp that my buddy Jennifer and I are doing together. We're calling it the Girls' Getaway Stamp Camp, because Jennifer and I are actually getting away. We're planning to be in sunny southern Utah on June the 4th, and we are going to go live in the exclusive Facebook group for this camp. We'll be sharing some extra demos with you, some extra projects, and we're going to be vacationing with a bunch of other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators as well. So if we're really lucky, we may do a little walkabout in the hotel on June the 4th with our Facebook Live camera, and hopefully you'll get to meet some of our friends that we're vacationing with. So even if you can't join us on the Facebook group on June the 4th, just signing up for this stamp camp means that we're going to give you 10 pre-cut projects, all using new catalog product. The feature stamp set will be the cup of tea stamp set. So this is going to be the feature stamp set. This stamp set is not included in the camp because I know there's lots of people that are demonstrators and they love to take the camps for inspiration and everything. So your goodie bag and the product that you'll receive as part of the camp will all be consumable items. But just so you know, our feature stamp set that we're using, we're going to make 10 different cards using the cup of tea stamp set and the coordinating dies. Now, if you don't have this stamp set yet, you can certainly add it on to the camp for actually a slightly discounted fee when you get it with the camp. Okay, so just so you know, if you're interested in any of the classes I have coming up, you just need to go and register here. Now, the great thing about this camp is that you can join whether you're in the US or in Canada. If you're in Canada, you're going to register with me. You're going to go to my link here, my link tree /Stampin' for Fun, and you're going to click the link here. Like you go to this link, and it's called the link tree because it's got a bunch of links. Click the link that says upcoming classes, and you'll be able to register for the stamp camp. If you are in the USA, you'll have to register directly with Jennifer. And when you go to my link, it will have her email address so you can connect with her, or you can just message me, put it in the comments, and I'll know to send you her info or message you her info, okay? Because she has a separate registration form. It's just Stampin' Up rules that if you're in Canada, you do in Canada, and if you're in the US, you do it with a US demonstrator, okay? Now, I call this camp a bit of a mega stamp camp because we've got the 10 projects, but you have the option to add on 2 optional classes. So the 2 optional classes will be using the Sweet Songbirds, and then the other one is the Bottled Happiness. Okay, so you can choose one or both. If you're taking the main stamp camp and you decide to add on one or both of the optional classes, you will get free shipping on the optional classes. Okay, but again, if you decide you don't want to take the stamp camp, you just kind of want to take one of these classes as a standalone, that's totally fine. You'll just have to, if you need it shipped, you'll have to pay the shipping. Okay. You want to see a sneak peek of a couple of them? So I'm just super excited about it. First, I'm super excited about the idea of going on vacation with Jennifer. Whoa, it's been a long time. And I think I might have seen Jennifer's name pop up. I don't know if she's watching the live today, but here's a little sneak peek of the Sweet Songbirds optional class. Isn't that sweet, cute? We're going to be using all kinds of new stuff, and everything will be as much as we can. We'll pre-emboss things, pre-die cut things for you. We'll include all the little embellishments you need so that you can just take stuff out of the packet and create. We'll include all the tutorials for the projects, and you can just do it on your own time. But we do hope that you join us on June the 4th on the Facebook group, our exclusive Facebook group for this camp, so that we can connect with you live when we're vacationing. Let's see, should I show you a little sample from the cup of tea? Here's a little sample from the main stamp camp, but that's just a little sneak peek. There's going to be 10 of those cards. So that just gives you a taste. You're going to get new colors, new embellishments. So exciting. Okay, so that's one announcement. Announcement number 2, I put all these papers out here to remind me. I forgot to print out my flyer, but I have a paper share going on. Okay, so with the paper share, you'll get 6x6, 2 sheets, 6x6 size of almost every new pattern of designer series paper in the catalog. So it's a great way to get a sampling of the new papers without breaking the bank. And if you want to participate in my paper share, just go here and click upcoming classes. I realize the paper share is not really a class, so you might not know it's under that heading, but if you click on upcoming classes, that's where it is to register. So the deadline for everything is going to be May the 1st. So we are in the final week, friends. We don't want to miss that. And then what else do we have coming up? Go ahead and ask questions if you have questions. I will get to reading everything. I know I'm going through things quickly. A reminder about the Memories Matter monthly class that I run. This is the perfect option if you've ever wanted to scrapbook and never tried it, or if you have scrapbooked and you just wish you had more time to do it. This is how we're going to do it. Okay. And it'll be really nice to just get together, scrapbook each month. I make it easy. I actually prepare scrapbooking kits for you. So you'll get the 12 by 12 pages. You'll get the supplies that you need. The cardstock will be pre-cut for you, and you can either pick it up from me and Markham, or I'll ship it directly to you. So to give you a little peek of what we did this month, and then also included in the class fee is a 2-hour crop time. So we'll meet over Zoom for 2 hours, and it's not like a class where I say step 1, glue this here, step 2, glue that there. No, because you'll get the tutorials step by step. You'll know how to make the layouts. What the 2-hour Zoom time is to actually give you time and space to put the layouts together, to put your photographs on it, and to really scrapbook and get stuff done. That's why I think it's like, how people always say they want to go exercise, but then there's these barriers. They don't know what exercise they're supposed to do, and then they're never motivated to do it by themselves. So it always helps when you have a buddy to go exercise with, and you know exactly what you're going to do. Like maybe you'll take a class, I don't know, a Zumba class or something, so you know exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what we're doing with the scrapbooking. You might not know what to scrapbook or what your layout's going to look like. Don't worry. I make it easy. I provide the 12 by 12 pages. I give you the step-by-step instructions, everything. And then the accountability buddy thing is that we're together on Zoom. And that's what we do. We just put our stuff together and we put our pictures on it. And it's so satisfying. So anyway, here's the sample from last month. And you may have seen in my Stampin' for Fun group, someone else posted what their layout looks like. It actually looks different because she decided to use different sides of the designer series paper, because in the kit that I provide, you get tons of paper. So you can just choose which design you want. And of course, her pictures are different because her memories and stories are different. So it's just really neat to see how everybody's layout is different. And it's really exciting that everybody's getting their scrapbooking done. So I hope you'll join us. You have the option of trying it and popping in and paying in month by month, or you can become a subscriber and you get a $3 discount and the option to get a product credit after 7 classes. So that is the Memories Matter. I would love to have you join in. All you have to do is go there and click the upcoming classes and you'll be ready to roll. You can sign up for Memories Matters, okay? So don't be afraid of scrapbooking. I've heard so many people say that it's overwhelming, it's scary, they have so many pictures. No, we don't think about that. It's like you can't get world peace in one day, but you can do one thing to make things a little better. And so that's exactly what we're doing. And I always feel so proud when I get my pages done. Okay, so who remembers what our product of the month is? This is the last Tuesday in April, I believe. So we are finishing up with this product of the month. Can anybody remember? You can type it in the comments. I'd love to see your comments. Hi, Linda. Oh, I think I emailed you this morning. Hopefully you got my email. Linda's one of the club members, and this was her month to get some freebies from my Stampin' for Fun club. You got $70 of free stuff, Linda. So you can, anyway, you can let me know what you want. Okay, so does anyone remember? Waves of inspiration. So let me show you. We're focusing on this bundle here. And as well, we're going to be using some of this paper. At last check, I think I checked this morning, this paper was still available. The foils and the gems have been sold out for a while. This is going to be gone by May the 2nd at the latest, just because that's an exclusive product for this period. It may sell out before, we don't know. but this is carrying over into the new catalog. So all month, you've really been getting a sneak peek of a product that is in the new catalog. It's an early release. So if you guys have been tracking with me each month on Tuesday, you'll remember week 1 in April, we did this card. Okay, and I showed how you can use the designer series paper, do the die cut, and kind of put it right on top of that stamped wave, which is so super gorgeous. Okay, and then week 2, we did this card, and we did some white heat embossing right onto the designer series paper. We did some tearing techniques, and we used the great mother of pearl paper to get those shiny, shimmery clouds. Okay, and we used this retiring tailor tag punch. I don't know how many of you guys decide to pick that up after seeing it in action, but that's a great punch. And then last week, week 3, we did a little bit of watercoloring. Okay, we did a watercolor wash on the background, and I changed up the color a bit. I used a brand new ink color, which is going to be one of the new ink colors in the new catalog. The Tahitian Tide is what I used to kind of color that background. And that is card number 3. So if you guys like this card, and then we're going to do card number 4 today. So just a reminder, this is the last week to take advantage of my April online ordering special. And the special is that I will pre-cut, put everything in little envelopes for you, and basically give you a class in the mail when you place an April order online, minimum $60, using the April host code. Okay, I should have put the host code down there, but if you're on my email newsletter list, it'll be there, and I'll put it in the description in the Facebook or YouTube description. Okay, so today will be the last card using this bundle. And so then I'll have a set of 4 cards, and I'd be happy to cut you a set and mail it to you so that you can enjoy making these cards as well. Okay, and I'll write the tutorials for you as well too. Okay, so let's move this over here. So those were previous week's cards. Let's get started with this week's project. Okay. I'm getting used to my new setup. I can actually sit and stamp in my new setup. Before I had to stand up so that I could look at the phone and see the comments at the same time. Okay, so here's our product of the month. Oh, Paulette's going to get her COVID shot. Okay. Oh, you'll have to wait, Rita. Rita's asking what next month's product of the month is. It's a secret. I always announce it when we kick it off next week. I think next week actually might be special. So stay tuned. I've been so busy stamping with new stuff, I haven't had a chance to announce, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I can get my act together, because next week on Tuesday, I believe it's actually the first day of the new catalog. So it would seem like a good time to do a Facebook kickoff party. So I might not announce a product of the month next week. I might actually just do a bunch of things and do a walkthrough through the catalog, some of my favorites and everything like that. So it might be a special week next week. So stay tuned for news about that. Okay, so let's get started with this. Okay, so what are we going to do? I'm just deciding whether I should stop and look at the comments, but I think I'm going to keep going. And I'll catch up on the comments in a little bit. So I thought I'd change up the color a bit. We have been using quite a few bluey kind of colors in the previous weeks. Okay, so I think I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana cardstock as my card base here. And then why don't I go ahead? I'm going to cut it in a bit of a different format this time. I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to kind of cut it long ways this time, and then I'll score it at 5 1/2. So it's, I don't know whether there's a term for it, but the fold is going to be at the top. Okay, so then the card will open like this. Okay, so that is that. And then you're going to see something neat that I'm going to do. I'm actually going to grab our die and I want to cut out these dies. They coordinate with the stamp set. And there's this great sort of detailed wave die here. I'm gonna just pop out this old stuff because it doesn't cut very well when you still have little pieces in it. Okay, so, whoa, little things falling out. Can't lose these birds. Let me put these away. You really have to be careful. If I had been smart, I would have put a magnet sheet in there so it's not flying all over. Okay, so let me maybe cut a bit of the Coastal Cabana so that I can run this wave die through. See whether I can. Okay, I'm hoping it'll go through my mini cut and emboss. Let's see whether it will. Okay. Do some die cutting. If you're not familiar with what die cutting is, basically these are steel dies and there's actually a blade on this side here. Okay, and this is what's going to cut the paper. So we need to make sure the blade is in contact with the paper. And we're going to put it through a die cutting machine. Before I do that, I am going to put on what we call our adhesive sheets. Now the adhesive sheets are a double-sided adhesive. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it here. Okay, and then because with this fine die, I find it's hard to glue it onto our card. So this double-sided adhesive is really going to help us. You're going to see. So everybody, if you have a die cutting machine and you do any die cutting at all, our adhesive sheets are a must-have, like essential must-have. Okay, just let me peel off this backing here. I don't know whether I need some nails. Sometimes it comes off so easily. Sometimes it gives me a bit of trouble. Yeah, we can just, there's actually a seam in there. I don't know why I didn't think to use that before. Okay. Okay, if we want a little strip here, I always keep all my little strips. Maybe we can. Little strip there. Okay. So what that does is it kind of turns our die cut into a sticker. So I'm glad I remembered. Sometimes I forget and I'm like, oh, darn. Okay. There we go. So we're just going to put our die on there. I'm going to use my little mini cut and emboss. I've been using it a lot more. I don't know why. My table's just gotten messier and messier. So it's like having this small little thing is easier to use than my bigger one. Okay, so it's like a mini portable die cutting machine. It is a little less expensive than our regular size one, just because it's smaller. And it's also, I would say, a great starter die cut machine. If you're not sure you want to invest in the big boss, then you can get this mini cut and emboss. Okay, so a lot of our dies work with it, not the bigger ones, but the smaller ones do. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll this through. Okay, let's see, hopefully we got it there. I always like to check the back to make sure it's cut through, and it looks like it has, so we can go ahead and take that out. Okay. Oh, did I use the wrong die? Okay, no, I think we're okay. So I didn't get the whole die cut out, but that's okay because we are going to put it on here. So we would be cutting this end off anyway. Okay, so let's do that first. Can you guys see okay? Okay. It's hard with this new format. I can't really see the comments as readily, but I will take a moment in a bit to just make sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just peeling off, popping out these little pieces and peeling off the adhesive sheet so that I can stick it to my card. Okay, so it's just nice and sticky at the back. Okay, let me just peel this off. Okay. See how fine this die is? It's so fine, so it's really nice to have this adhesive sheet. So this is almost actually what I'm doing, putting a die cut onto the card. It's almost another way to, well, it is another way to add texture to your card. You could use one of our embossing folders and dry emboss it, but this is another way to add textures by putting die cuts onto the card. Okay. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. What I'm trying to do is line up the left edge with the left side of the card. And I'm sticking it right onto the card base. Okay, see that? So it's just giving extra texture. I don't need this piece hanging off here, so we'll cut that off. Okay. And there we go. Doesn't that already give it a little something something? And you may not think about adding a tone on tone die cut, but it's almost another, like, it kind of just reminds me of dry embossing when we put it through an embossing folder and get a design on it. If I wanted to, like, I could have layered it, you know, done a few on here, but anyway, for today, I'm just going to do one. While I have my mini cut and emboss machine out, I'm going to cut a few other pieces, and then hopefully we can put our little embossing guy away. Okay, so we'll put that over here. Bring this over. I thought I had put aside a little piece of paper. Maybe this will work. Oh, my table's getting very messy now. I try to clean it up before I start. Oh, can't put that away because we're going to need it. And let's do some stamping. I'm going to use our little pelican that I used last week. So let's stamp that guy. Where is it? I think I already took him out. Here he is. Okay, so let's stamp him. I'm just going to use black Memento ink and do a little stamp there. Okay, nice, crisp, detailed image. That's what I love about Stampin' Up! Stamps. Love, love, love. Okay, and then we're gonna die cut it out with the coordinating die. So let's do that. Okay, and you guys are thinking, where is she going? Where are we going with this? But that's the fun of it, to see the card come together. That's why I didn't show you the card in the beginning. And plus you guys have told me you like it. You like the whole mystery aspect. When I first started doing Facebook Lives, I'm like, do you want to see the card before I start? Or do you want to just carry on with me and see how the card develops? So I think the plan was to watch the card develop, see it come to life. Okay, so let's put this in here. Okay, and then we've got our die to cut our pelican out. And then we've got a couple of clouds. So I'm going to see whether I can roll it at the same time. And roll it all at the same time. Okay. Need to make sure it catches, and then we just roll it through. Sometimes there's a little creaking noise. Don't let that bother you. That's totally normal. Okay, we can put our little guy away. Perfect. You like that? Looks great. We've got our little clouds. We'll keep those, and we'll put the dies away before we lose them. Okay. Great. Now let's finish off our card. Oh my gosh, so too many things on my table. Okay, we've got our clouds, we've got our pelican, we've done our kind of fun embossed or die cut wave background. I'm going to grab our paper trimmer, and what I haven't used yet, but I want to use, is that gorgeous Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper. So if you haven't nabbed it yet, I would suggest you nab it, because as I said, it is gone May the 2nd, or when it's sold out, whichever comes first. So you can shop directly on my online store. Just go to my link tree and click the browse and shop button. So there's so many very dramatic, bold designs in there. For those of you who live local, I am putting in a group order tonight, so I can tack on if you want. It's probably going to be my last group order before the new catalog comes. So last chance to get those retiring items. Okay, so I grabbed this design of the paper. I cut it at, I believe, 2.5 inches by 4 inches. So it's just a little rectangle, 2.5 by 4 inches. I'm going to put it onto my card. And then I'm also going to cut a little strip here. Do I have any paper? Yep. Just 1/2 inch. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. 1/2 inch. I hope that'll be big enough for what we need. If not, make it bigger. Okay. Keep checking if everything's still on the table. Let's finish up our card. We'll use our adhesive. You know what? Maybe I'll pop it up using dimensionals. What do you guys think so far? Are you liking the Coastal Cabana color? This is such a tropical color. I do love this color. It makes me feel like I should be in the tropics. I should be vacationing in the Caribbean. Who wants to be vacationing in the Caribbean right now? I do, for sure. Okay, so we've got that. We'll put our little pelican here. We'll pop that up too. Maybe I'll use some mini dimensionals for that. Okay. See how it's coming together? I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling happy. Okay, if you're newer to stamping, I really encourage you to try to take some of my classes. On the second Thursday of each month, I do a Sweet and Simple class for free online on Facebook. So make sure that you're following this page and getting on my newsletter list so you don't miss that, because that is the perfect one if you're new, or even if you just want to see fun, casual stamping. It's a great place to, second Thursday of the month at 5 p.m. But the other thing I would recommend is to get on my email list so that you can always keep on top of what classes are coming up. My class registration deadline is always May the 1st. So that is a great way to get inspiration. Joining my classes, I design the cards, I cut everything for you, and you get the freedom and the time to just create using the pieces and the tutorials I provide. Sometimes we meet on Zoom, like for technique class, we're on Zoom, so that I can give instructions. So anyone across Canada can join in. Okay, so I just took the clouds that I had die cut, I popped them up on little mini dimensionals, and I have our little pelican here, and I'm just gonna add a little sentiment. And I was looking at all the sentiments in the set, and I feel like something's a little bit missing. There's nothing really about waves or water, which kind of I feel like should be with all this wonderfully, like this paper makes you think of just water and the waves. So then I was like, what other set could I use, or what other sentiment could I use? And then I was remembering the Whale Done set. And there's a lovely saying here that says, my love for you is bigger than the ocean. So I was like, aha, I'm going to use this set. I'm going to use this set. So I grabbed that stamp, and let's see whether we can stamp it right on here. So this piece is 1/2 inch by, oh gosh, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because we'll trim it. Right now it's 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. And I'm just going to give a little bit of contrast. Instead of going with the Coastal Cabana, I'm going to go with the Pacific Point ink. Oh, you have the Whale Done one, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah, well, it coordinates so nicely with this Waves of Inspiration, because I feel like you could use some of those images interchangeably, right? Because I feel like you could use some of these sea images along with the wave, and then you've got these kind of ocean sayings, right? So anyway, I thought, let's use that today. So we'll go ahead and stamp that. Oh boy, I think I didn't stamp it well. Let's see. Okay, barely just made it. Not bad. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut a little flag at this end. So the way I cut a little flag is I just put a snip in the middle and then go corner to the snip and corner to the snip. Okay, and we'll put, maybe I'll snip it a little shorter on this end. And we can pop that on. Should we use dimensionals? Yeah, we should use dimensionals. Or should we make it flat? I don't know. Both are nice. Maybe I'll make it flat. So just seal adhesive. So everything I'm using can be purchased on my online store unless it's sold out. Some things do get sold out. Okay, so we're almost done. I just thought we should add some gems. So sorry, close your eyes. I'm going to add these gems that are no longer available, but instead of coloring the other rhinestones with the blends, I thought, why not just use these gems? So if you do decide to place an online order in April, minimum $60, and use the host code, don't forget that I'm going to give you all 4 of the pre-cut pieces so that you can create, so that you can create as well. And I'll include the little gems that you need, because I think this card will use gems and then this one will use gems. I'll include the metallic ribbon. All of that stuff will be included for you so that you can create. Okay, so yeah, like I think this color is kind of that Coastal Cabana color. I'm just using the little putty end to pick up the gems. Put kind of one here. Maybe one up here. Just take your pick tool, it's so handy. I use it all the time. There we go. Okay, so that is our project for today. And so I hope you've enjoyed the showcase this month, the product showcase this month using the Waves of Inspiration bundle. And I'll just bring in again the 4 cards that we did, one for each week. And I hope you feel inspired. Those of you who already have the set, hopefully you have some ideas on how to use it now. Oh, this is double. I'm like, why did I suddenly have 5? Okay, look at that. 4 different cards, 4 totally different looks, all using the same bundle. Okay, so yay, I feel happy. I hope you feel happy. I'm so excited that the designer series paper didn't sell out yet. I was so afraid. That's why I used it so much in the first 2 weeks. Like I made sure to use it in the first 2 weeks because I thought just in case the paper sells out, I wanted to show you. But since it was still there this morning, I knew I could kind of sneak another sample in, just using a different side of it. All our papers are double-sided, so it's nice to show. Okay, so let me see if I can get back here. So hopefully you're inspired. Oh, I remembered, I wanted to show you some swap cards. Our Team S.T.I.C team, which is girls who have purchased the starter kit and are on my team. You can purchase the starter kit from me anytime. It is absolutely the best deal, and I would love to have you join the fun. I know some of you might be thinking about it because with a new catalog usually comes a new wish list and a new list of wants and needs from the catalog. So the best deal is the starter kit. You can choose $165 of whatever you want. You pay only $135, no shipping. So it is an amazing deal. And you don't have to sell, but if you want to sell, absolutely, there is a whole compensation plan that allows you to earn money through Stampin' Up! If you want. And I can certainly support and coach you as your team leader. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for almost 15 years, and it's now my full-time job. It's such a blessing to be able to do this as a job and to provide for my family, provide some special things for my family, just like any other job. So I do work really hard, but that's how it works, and it's all good. So it's totally up to you. But if you would like to just enjoy the discount and be a happy discount shopper, we welcome you too. We don't judge at all. So the starter kit is the best deal. And I do lots of special things for my team. And one of the special things that we do is card swaps. So I thought I'd quickly show you some of the swap cards from our team swapping that we did this month. So, this is from Amanda Batik. This one's from Maureen Power out in Newfoundland. We have Team Stick girls all across the country. So it's so nice that this is a way that we can kind of share our inspiration with each other. I don't know who this one is. Their name inside? No, there's no name. Sorry, I don't know who this is. I was the one that sorted the swap, so I probably knew which envelope it came in. But this one's from Debbie LeBeuf, another Team Stick girl. Ooh, this one's from Julie Golding Page out in New Brunswick. I think this one's from Jeanette Keith in Scarborough. So these are like retiring papers. I don't know if they're still available, but you can see all the different inspiration and designs we get. This is the Ranunculus Rose one from the mini catalog. This one's from Candace. She's using the double oval punch there. And the sunflowers, also pretty. I don't know who this is from, maybe Pat out in BC, I'm not sure. Bad memory. This one's from Chris Carmichael. Oh, this pansy paper is going to be retiring too. Oh, and this one's mine. I'm using the flowering fields. I was in a groove with that after our scrapbook class. So that is a little extra inspiration for you. And thank you for joining me this week. And we will see you soon. Thank you for joining me. Rita was asking when she can see me again. So it's always Tuesday afternoon around 2 p.m. Eastern. So I call it Tuesday at 2. And I love connecting with you. Make sure to comment, let me know, and share the video with others. I'd love to share stamping. I love to share stamping with others. And I just think it's wonderful to be able to have a happy hobby and just bring bright, beautiful colors to the world. So thank you for joining me, and have a great afternoon. And hopefully we'll see you next week for the catalog kickoff party. Bye.